Today I'm going to show you some architectural sketching tips. First of all, you have to use the correct tools. You have to use markers of different sizes or a pencil that allows you to make lines with different size, stronger or softer depending on what you're doing, so you can make hierarchy in lines. You have to become the boss of the lines. You have to be very careful with hierarchy, because it's not the same a line that is to make the first lines and the sketch and know more or less what is the size of height and width, than when you are doing your final profile of the thing you want to draw. You see the difference in hierarchy when you're sketching. Also, when you draw some sketches, you cannot make hairy lines. Those hairy lines that you use when you are not very comfortable with the line or you're afraid of making a mistake, these hairy lines make your drawing very dirty. So it's better to make clear lines, continuous one, from the top to the bottom. It's good to practice. For example, you can make different crosses in a paper and pull the line. We always pull the line. We don't push it. We pull, like from one point to another, from one point to another, and always taking the pencil in a position like this. You can take it like this when you are drawing very small or with detail, or you can take this position if you are going to hatch. So you have to really go like this. So the point makes like a slope shape and allows you to hatch this way. Second tip, you have to simplify. What I mean to simplify, you have to think what you want to show and think first the main idea of your project. For example, if you are going to draw a house in a cliff, you have to think that the drawing that really illustrates your project or your idea is a section of the cliff, a house, and the water. Maybe you can add more details like a ship or the sun to illustrate your idea, but the house in a cliff cannot be clearly shown in an elevation drawing or a plan. This is very weird, right? Or if you are making a box house, maybe you have to show it in an axonometric drawing instead of that. But remember that you have to simplify and start with the simplest shape you can, and you keep on adding details. Third tip, you first think, then you draw. It's better to think first, so you don't start making lines without a singular purpose. So you have to think of the height and the width of your house, and where are the windows and where are the walls. Double line for the walls, a single line for the windows when you are using just a mark, or you can use another kind of marker to show that this wall is a different material than when you are sectioning a window that, as you know, is a single line if you are drawing a very small sketch, or two lines if the sketch has more detail. Fourth tip, always add people and trees to make a scale. This is something we always do to show the scale of the houses and buildings and design, because it's a way to give scale. Practice with different kind of people. You can I can show you different ways to make people. For example, one point and something like this can show a people. Also, you can use a circle and something like this, or you can even make a shape like this if it's someone in a high chair, or if it's someone sitting down, you can do something like this. There are a lot of ways of representing people. You just have to find your own, but please never make this thing. Also, you have to know that the difference when you are drawing a child or an adult. This is an adult for the proportion of the size and head and body, but if you do something like this, you know that it's a child, right? And this is a baby. 4. You have to take distance from your drawings once you are drawing, and to check if the proportions are okay, if the lines are vertical or horizontal. Divide in different areas so you can really see if you are keeping the proportions and the shapes, and make sure that you are representing what you want. 5. Work with layers. Keep on adding information. The drawing has to be always complete, never finished. So if you are going to start drawing a house, you can start making very thin lines, making sure you know the proportions, and you keep on adding detail, thickness in the walls. You can add an extra floor in here. You know that you can divide it. You are going to make a staircase in the same amount of steps. Remember that we never put above the stair a section slab, because we need space to go up and down. And finally, do it again and again, because once you will continue, you will have it better and better and better.